Hello and welcome to PCMag Live. I'm Dan Costa, he is Max Eddy, and we've got a great show for you today. We're going to break down the top tech news of the day, answer one of your reader questions, and then show you one very cool thing from our lab here in New York City. First, let's get to the big news of the day, and that's that Samsung has acquired SmartThings. SmartThings is a 2-year-old startup manufacturer of Internet of Things, of controls for your home that you can actually monitor and supervise and control via a smartphone app. Control your doors, control your windows, control your temperature, the whole kit and caboodle. Apple has similar plans, but this is a big move for Samsung.
We were talking about this earlier. It seems that SmartThings has an open platform, so you buy these hubs and it communicates with other Internet of Things devices, locks, etc., through these different protocols that are shared by lots of different devices. So you can see that Samsung's really, they're investing heavily in this because no one knows what Apple is going to do. And I think it's smart for Samsung because now they're in bed with everyone. And Apple, who even knows?
And it's a good place for Samsung because remember, Samsung makes all these types of home appliances.
That's very true.
If they want to get on, they want them all to be smart, they want them all to be connected, but there's no platform that exists yet. So they say they're going to operate it as its own independent company. They'll own it, obviously. They'll own all the IP that comes out of it. But I think it's a great move for them, and I think it's going to usher in this connected home age even faster.
I'm just a little bit curious about the money behind this. How much was Nest sold to Google for?
That was sold for $3 billion.
$3 billion.
We think this was a $200 million sale. The exact terms haven't been released, so it seems like a much smaller deal. But at the same time, Nest has 2 products. SmartThings has a whole suite of products. It's really about the talent that you're buying with the company more than the products that are on the market.
I gotcha.
Also in the news, 50 Cent and Intel are building heart-sensing earbuds. That's right, they actually talked about these at CES this year. We were looking forward to them coming to the market, but they will measure your heartbeats, which actually, makes a lot of sense. You wear them all the time.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be a little bit better because they don't jostle around as much, and they're going to be sold by SMS Audio for less than $150, and there will be no battery pack. We actually looked at a similar product from LG on June 12th on this show, so you can go back and find it. And when we looked at those, they had a separate battery pack, and they synced to a whole bunch of other stuff. It was a little bit clunky. This is going to work right with Runkeeper, so really no muss, no fuss.
I'm wondering what it's going to do to battery life, because you are adding to the complexity of the headphones. It could run down your phone battery life a little bit faster, but it'll be really interesting. We can't wait to get them into the lab.
Absolutely.
And test them out and find out how they really work. And then finally, the Premier League, which is evidently a soccer league.
I think that, yeah, football, soccer,
something like
cricket.
That. It's big overseas anyway.
Foosball. The
Premier League has announced that they are going to be cracking down on vines and GIFs of goals. That's right. Soccer fans are obviously been posting these pictures of GIFs and GIFs of goals, and the league doesn't like it because the networks have spent a lot of money to broadcast these games, and there's really only 1 or 2 goals per game. So they don't want to lose that precious audience, those precious moments.
So that's the thing, is fans are apparently having too much fun, and the money behind this is really incredible. Sky and BT Sports paid £3 billion to have the exclusive rights to these games, and other newspapers are selling subscriptions just to get video specifically of the goals. This is the kind of thing that people really, really want to watch, and apparently taking photos and GIFs and vines of them is illegal. Frankly, I have no idea how this is going to go over. I see the possibility for fan revolt.
Oh, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be really hard to do, but they're trying to build a bot. They'll go out and crawl the web and crawl Twitter and find these vines, and then they're presumably take them down automatically for copyright violation. So if they have a technological solution, that might work, but fans are going to hate it.
So really, are you more comfortable with Google spidering your email or some football company out there spidering all your vines looking for something that may or may not be something from their games? I don't know, it just seems like a disaster to me. But they are working with Twitter, so Twitter is involved in this whole thing.
I think that the real solution to this problem is to take a page from basketball, institute a shot clock. So you've got 45 seconds to score a goal or the ball turns over. That, I think, would revolutionize the game. They wouldn't have this problem.
I know nothing about what you just said. So, moving on.
Let's get to a reader question then that we can answer.
I hope.
We answer questions via Facebook, on Twitter, and the YouTube comment section. And Lonnie is asking via the Enigma code that, hey Max, I see you went to Black Hat. What is the most terrifying thing you saw this year?
Well, probably the most terrifying thing is someone is communicating to us with 70-year-old Nazi technology. But
yeah, that's concerning.
That's really concerning. We should really talk to someone about that. But there was a lot of really scary stuff at Black Hat this year. Probably the biggest thing was just backdoors. There are backdoors in everything. We saw them in TSA scanners, in satellite communications devices, even the Nest. We saw the Nest thermostat hacked in 15 seconds. These backdoors are there to perform maintenance, to perform updates, but they also are backdoors. Anyone can take advantage of them. Even when they are secured, they weren't secured very well. Probably the scariest thing that we saw was bad USB devices. This was an attack that targeted the microcontrollers on USB devices and were able to do all sorts of stuff, spoofing websites from a plugged-in device, imitating a keyboard, capturing passwords. The really scary part is that this could perpetuate itself indefinitely. You plug it in, it infects the computer, and then it infects the next USB device, and it just goes on. And there's not really a clear solution for how to fix it.
You go to Black Hat, you see all these vulnerabilities, and then presumably you think that all these holes will be patched within a couple of weeks. Not the case.
Well, sometimes it doesn't take just patches to do it. Another attack we saw that was very impressive was stealing passwords from across the street 4 stories up, and the solution for that is just a randomized keyboard. So there are solutions to some of these, but some of them it seems a little bit more terrifying. We have a story up on PCMag right now, the 8 or 10 scariest things we saw at Black Hat. Please do check it out.
Let's move on to our one cool thing. We test thousands of products here in our lab in New York City. Every day we take one thing off the shelf and show it to you live. Today that thing is the Samsung Galaxy Cam 2. This is a follow-up to one of my favorite cameras of all time, the original Galaxy camera. It's a Wi-Fi connected camera. The original camera had a cellular modem, which would let you obviously connect to the internet, post to Instagram live. This one does not have that. I think it's a bit of a problem, but it does run Android. It connects that, which means you can run any Android app on it.
Any Android app.
So Instagram, you can go straight, take a picture with that, post it to Instagram. That's how you get really great pictures up on Instagram. So it's a pretty nice camera, but I miss that cellular connection.
So how fast could I commit a copyright violation at a soccer match with this?
It is made to take pictures of goals at soccer stadiums. That is basically what this camera is.
You heard it here
for.
first, folks.
And you could post them directly to Vine, and then it would then be immediately taken down by the league. But even so, that it is made to do just that. And it's actually pretty good at it. But it's very cool. You can check out our full review on PCMag.com. That's been PCMag Live for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll have a brand new show next week.
So long.